Carol Martine, welcoming you back to my studio. I thought I'd share my latest project with you, my Scrappy journal. I worked most of Saturday and part of Sunday on this project. I had no idea what it was going to be like. I had never done anything like this before. It's also probably the very last time I will do anything like this. So, I found this loose leaf binder on sale. And, as you'll notice, I have not worked on the covers, but I have picked some papers that I thought might be nice for front and back covers. Emily Dickinson and Winston Churchill, and some paper that I have pulled from various magazines just because I was fascinated by the colors. That one, and these butterflies, and maybe half of this girl or part of her, and some scraps of painted paper, and a piece of embossed paper, and another piece, and this I received in Happy Mail. And this was leftovers from papers that I had painted. So, that is a project that is waiting for me, and I imagine I shall enjoy doing that, unlike this job. And yes, it was a job. I guess when one gets into art and tries things, you learn something about yourself. This was my first girl, and I wanted her to be encased in a plastic cover, and at the opening of my book, this was Happy Mail. And here we go. Some board separators that came with the binder. Some pieces of decorative paper and cutouts from various and sundry books. This is a piece of mixed media, multimedia paper. Another piece of decorative paper. A piece of ledger paper that fit in this binder. This also fits this binder, and I believe this was in a separate packet that was also on sale. This is a piece of watercolor paper that I had as a leftover, so I decided to try using that here. Another piece of mixed media paper with my very, very, very favorite washi tape. This was part of a planner that I really realized was not my thing to do, so I'm repurposing. This was part of a lovely Happy Mail gift. Another separator. Oh, I can't, for some reason I'm very attracted to this one. This might be my first try at playing. I received this piece of painted envelope from a RAK, or Random Act of Kindness, or Happy Mail, that I just received from Gina Ahrens. So I thought I would definitely include that here. I really love polka dots. I have since I was a kid, and I thought the black would follow up the cover. If this paper remains here, it will be a miracle, because something about this doesn't do it for me, but I will see what I can do to make it attractive. Oh, and this looks like toilet paper, actually, that I received as Happy Mail, and someone has embossed it and done this beautiful work on it, and I have no idea how to do it, so I've treated it quite specially. I covered back and front and the paper on this watercolor paper with my gel medium, and I was afraid that it would flatten this out, and it didn't. Oh, it feels so nice. I'm looking forward to working on this. Another separator. And if you'll notice on the back of my sheets, I guess I ran out of steam. I decided to stencil to give some base color on the back. A mixed media paper, heavyweight. This was in a magazine. This was a piece of decorative paper. Another magazine piece. Now this is decorative paper, but much, much lighter. I've learned so much about the varieties of things because the decorative papers can have quite a bit of a difference in weight. This is rather thin. Another piece of that embossed toilet tissue. This came out of a magazine, and this I received as a tag swap in 2014. Another nice piece of watercolor paper. I just love, love, love this bird, so I added some paint to this, and I really can't wait to work some more on this particular paper. There again, very pretty paper, but rather thin. I'm not going to say flimsy because I'm sure it'll serve its purpose, but rather thin. I was in a tag swap and received many, many very pretty ones. This was the envelope of one of the Happy Mails that I received. So here it is. And I do believe that is hand-painted, gilded on black tape. Pretty. This is a double-sided tag, and I'm using it as a flip out. More of that embossed paper. It feels so lovely. An ATC that I received. A cleaned paper, clean-up paper, and I must have been using golden because it's rather shiny. Part of a face on a girl from a magazine. This is obviously my blue era. I love lotus flowers. And this is on the nicer watercolor paper, so this is going to be great fun. Dream of flying, and half of a girl's face. As I said, folks, I really have never done this, and so I was flying by the seat of my pants here. This was in the planner, and so I've repurposed it. This was a nice piece of Happy Mail. Another piece of watercolor paper ready to go. And this was a birthday card that I received, and I thought that I would see what I could do with it, so it's had many layers added to the front. This was a piece of border that I received. And back here, this was waste paint and a piece of my gold washi. And this is also washi, but it's self-stick, the kind that peels. That's quite nice, but I still did add a little bit of gel medium over it. Better safe than sorry. This paper was one of my, I think it was the background, was my first abstract painting, and then I've decided to add some leftovers to it and a piece of, looks like handmade paper. Ah yes, some leftovers again. And this is one of my painted papers, so I just embellished it with washi. And I do not know why. It's funny the what things that attract us, but something about this one tickles me. And I folded it over to the back. And here's a continuation. And here we are at one of my very early girls. As you can tell, I didn't know too much about face painting, but I was vigorous with the use of my stencils and had great fun doing it. So that I decided to put as the back of my paper, my book, and then some ATCs that I have saved, and they might become part of what I work on in here. I was taking so long to do this job, and there's that word again, and all of a sudden, after finishing them, I realized, maybe, Carol, you just should have counted. You might have had less than 52 pages done. Maybe that's why it was so all-consuming for a day and a half. But very worthwhile, and I shall be enjoying picking my first one and having fun. When I begin to work these covers front and back, I will share that with you on a video. If you have enjoyed seeing my opus of the weekend, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon, and I will be working on making the covers using mostly these pieces and whatever paints and fun things that I wish to add. See you soon. Bye-bye.